Tug Howard is here, the host of Kickin' Country in Charleston, South Carolina. David Carlucci is a former New York State Senator, both joining us now on this topic. Thank you both. Tug, start us off. There are laws in place for a reason. What do you think Rosie O'Donnell would have people do?
I'm unclear as what Rosie wants done. The crazy thing is it's insulting for anyone who's had a family member, and there's still people who have had family members that died in Nazi Germany. It's an insult to those people who actually died that did nothing wrong to compare the two. There's no comparison that can even be, no correlation can be drawn. People that were innocent being murdered and people that are being apprehended by ICE that should be taken out of the country, that are criminal illegal aliens and have broken the law and need to leave. I can't make the connection. I have no idea what she's talking about.
Can David Carlucci make that connection? And also, are you to the point from a Democrat perspective? Are you to the point where you're like, enough about the comparisons with Nazi Germany?
Well, look, I think it's about exercising our fundamental rights, and that's what this is about. My friend here says he doesn't understand what she's talking about. And I believe what she's talking about is exercising that right of free speech, the right to protest, things that we hold dearly. And most importantly, complacency, that we don't just sit back, that we exercise our constitutional rights. That's not about infringing on law enforcement's ability to protect us, but it's about making sure that we're observing, that we're asking questions, that we're holding our elected officials accountable and demanding answers. And we really aren't getting that. We're getting more threats from the Department of Homeland Security. We're getting a lack of interaction between local law enforcement and federal law enforcement. And what does that all mean? It means that our law enforcement officials are being put in harm's way because there's not a direct action from the federal government. What is going on? Is it that we're going to expect anywhere in this country for ICE agents, for federal agents to walk around and ask any of us for proof of citizenship? Is that what our country has come to? I hope not. Well, and I think many people expected that we were going to target the most offensive, the most egregious illegal aliens that had actually committed crimes. But now it's about, oh, well, we're going to target communities that we can. Even Donald Trump said he's concerned about.
Then how do you go about getting those that are here illegally? How do you get them? How do you get them out?
Well, you focus. You work with local law enforcement,
but they won't work with them.
But they won't.
Well, that's where you have to make these. You don't just march in and put our law enforcement.
That's what ICE does. That's their job.
That's what's happened.
That's their job.
Look, they're conflating the issue here. We hear this is about fraud. Is this about fraud or is this about illegal immigration? And let me remind you, the president has targeted a single community, the Somalian community. And I think that's what enrages many of us, that we say, well, you're targeting a specific community. What's next? Italian Americans? What's next? You name it. All right. And that's the comparison to Nazi Germany. We all have to be wise to step up when you target an individual community.
I think it's inappropriate with the Nazi Germany comparison.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're comparing when you single out a specific community. If you go after an individual for fraud,
no, it's not. It's community. They're going after illegal people that are here illegally. I mean, this is common sense.
No,
David, you know that.
Targeting an entire community. That
is
a
community of illegals. Yes.
No.
Please do.
He has, from the words of the president's mouth, from the words of the Secretary of Homeland Security, they have said the Somali community.
You're talking about the fraud.
Dangerous. That's reckless.
That's what the fraud is.
That more.
I apologize. I was stepping on Tug. I haven't got you in Tug. Let me give you the final thought here.
Well, that's where the fraud is. I don't have any ill will toward anybody that's from Somalia unless you've committed fraud. And then I do have a major problem.
Yeah, again, removing TPS status there, again, of the 90-something charged in the fraud scandal, of those 80 of them of the Somali population, the Somali community. That's where they're going with that.
Right, and that has gone further to say the Somali community. And if we are as delicate and as careful as you are right now, that's one thing. But that has not been the rhetoric that we're hearing from our president, from our vice president, from the secretary. That is what's troubling. It's one thing for a political pundit like us to say something, slip of the tongue.
Sure.
But this has been concerted effort to attack a specific community, and that is dangerous.
All right. We appreciate that, David, sharing your thoughts. Tug, we'll have to have you back. We ran out of time. Thank you, Tug Cowart, joining us. We appreciate it.